The effects of mass hysteria in movies and YouTube. Mass hysteria is a socio-psychological phenomenon of the manifestation of the same or similar hysterical symptoms by more than one person. Or in other words, it is a domino effect of a single action or thought that affects large amounts of people greatly. It can vary in several ways and could change the way in which something is viewed by a majority of people. This can range anywhere from something as simple as an internet trend to something as severe as a mental illness. All it takes is the opinions or actions of one person to create mass hysteria in a situation. In this day and age, you will meet very few people that have either never heard of YouTube or have never seen a YouTube video. You will meet even fewer people that have never seen any type of cinematic film. The history of film began in 1890, when motion picture cameras were invented, and from there, the film industry progressed, making today's film industry as successful as it is. YouTube was introduced to the public in February 2005, and its popularity has increased greatly over the past 10 years, making it one of today's most commonly used social media platforms. These two things in today's society play major roles on the impacts of human nature. It is pretty easy to create mass hysteria with a movie, considering the fact that if a movie is produced and put into theaters, millions of people will see it. If a certain idea is put into that many people's heads, then that increases the chances of mass hysteria. For example, David Fincher's film Fight Club displays the actions of hostile men, resulting in the formations of fight clubs.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Why? How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Shortly after the movie was released, online reports showed the organizations of fight clubs in real life.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is... Wow, nice. You do not talk about Fight Club.
In other cases, the mass hysteria is portrayed in the movie's plots, but it doesn't affect people in real life. Instead, it is a fictional situation in which only affects characters in the movie. An example of that would be Steven Spielberg's movie Jaws. In the movie, a young woman is killed by a shark, causing a scare throughout the area in which it took place. Everyone was paranoid about this shark, so a few men ventured to capture it, and that pretty much sets the plot of the movie. So, the cause of any mass hysteria is one bad thought, action, or occurrence. YouTube is a slightly different story, since most things that have to do with YouTube deal with real-life situations. It is easier to cause a mass hysteria effect on YouTube because in most cases, original content is being uploaded. For instance, I've seen viral videos that people have uploaded over the years in which many of them ended up being fake. One pretty common example of this would be alien videos or UFO viewings. Now, a lot of people do believe in extraterrestrials, so you can imagine based off the quality of these viral videos that many people would believe it, freak out about it, or both.
Guess who's attacking it tonight? Guess me.
Again, all it takes is one person putting an idea into someone's head, and as long as somebody makes a convincing video, it will be getting a lot of attention. First, I'm going to talk about the behaviors of mass hysteria in real-life media. Although symptoms don't really apply to this type of mass hysteria, people can still develop responsive behaviors. Most of the mass hysteria that happens in reality comes from YouTube. Someone could post a video of either them or someone else doing something, and then you'll see other people doing that same thing. This is better described as the bandwagon effect, since people in these cases are either following a trend or doing something just because other people are doing it too. Something like that could happen overnight. On the other hand, you could still use a bandwagon effect using a movie just as much as YouTube, but it may take longer to take effect. Considering the fact that movies take longer to produce and people don't always go see the same movies, the bandwagon effect isn't caused by films as much as YouTube. At the same time, not everybody reacts the same to movies or YouTube videos. People always have 3 different opinions when it comes to these types of media: like, dislike, or neutral. Therefore, the causes of mass hysteria in these cases would have to be pretty severe to get people's attention. When the bandwagon effect takes place, it is commonly well known to anyone who has access to a television or the internet. To cause this type of effect, somebody has to put out something in which the majority of the viewers will have similar opinions. The effects of these types of situations vary. It really depends on the topic, but in almost every bandwagon effect I've witnessed, there are 2 sides to each of these situations. There's a side that is against whatever is going on, and a side that is all about it. Others really don't care, but those involved show either of those two reactions. That pretty much sums up mass hysteria in movies and YouTube. Hopefully now you'll have a general idea of how to not get involved in these types of situations.